Hello, newbies. This is Chinese Pod. My name is Ken Carroll.
Hi, I'm Jenny.
Now, we have an interesting little lesson today.
We have a drowsy lesson.
Drowsy. It's drowsy, but full of nuance.
哦，对的 ，and a kiss.
And a kiss.
A good night kiss.
A good night kiss. Okay. If you've never studied Chinese before, you will get this. And if you have, you might learn something too. There's some nice, interesting high frequency language in this. So we have a dialogue. We'll play it 3 times. After that, we'll come back and we will explore it.
Dialogue, first time.
好困啊！
你去睡觉吧。
好的，晚安。
晚安。Second time.
好困啊！
你去睡觉吧。
好的，晚安。
晚安。Third time.
好困啊！
你去睡觉吧。
好的，晚安。
晚安。
Okay. Interesting.
The husband is sleepy, but Ken, you're saying he's trying to hint.
Well, I don't
something.
know. I mean, he might be. He might be sort of saying, well, darling, it's time
Yeah.
to sort of,
Okay, now let's look at what he says.
Let's find out exactly what he's saying.
好困啊，
I'm really sleepy.
好困啊，
I'm so tired.
好困啊，你去睡觉吧。
Well, why don't you go to bed?
你去睡觉吧。
Well, go to bed.
你去睡觉吧。好的，晚安。
Okay, good night.
好的，晚安。
Okay, good night.
好的，晚安。晚安，
Good night.
晚安，
Good night.
晚安。
Well, infer what you will.
Yes.
Who knows what's happening here? It's marital bliss anyway, and
Very high frequency, like you
really
said.
high frequency, useful language. Let's take a look at it. Now let's take it from the top.
好困啊。
Now, this is an interesting phrase that I recommend that you learn it sort of
As
in
a chunk.
As a chunk. So let's hear it again, please.
好困啊，好困啊。
好困啊.
Yes.
Now, so the 3 parts in it are...
Well, let's take from the back.
Okay,
You have the particle ah.
yes.
Basically, it's a sound.
This is an exclamation.
Yes.
Yeah.
And 好困 means
Yes.
very sleepy.
Very sleepy. So the word 困 meaning
Sleepy.
sleepy.
4th tone,
4th tone.
困
Kun.
困.
Kun.
However, you will most likely to hear 好困
Yes.
好困
How kun. Now, how here means literally it means good, but in this sense it means very. It's
Yes.
used to exaggerate the adjective. So again, very sleepy is
好困好困.
now, and then the ah sound at the end just indicates it just kind of, I don't know.
Add some emotion.
Oh, it kind of does, and it's more idiomatic. It's more likely to occur that way. So one more time, please, the full sentence.
好困啊好困啊.
Now, you could use this in many, many circumstances. Maybe you're with a group and you want to get away from them. Okay, I have to tell them.
好困啊.
Oh, kuna, I have to go, kind of thing. Anyway, we have no idea what this man is suggesting to his wife, apart from the fact that he's tired. But her reaction is quite interesting. She says,
你去睡觉吧你去睡觉吧.
okay.
Welcome back to another installment of Chinese Pod Trivia. And the question for you is, for what test does Chinese Pod offer preparation services for? Is it A, the polygraph, B, the colonoscopy, C, the HSK test, or D, the CAT scan?
The CAT scan?
Ooh, sorry, that is incorrect. The correct answer is C, the HSK test. That's right, Chinese Pod will thoroughly prepare you to pass this rigorous test of proficiency in Chinese. ChinesePod.com/HSK.
Now, backline buildup is good here, I think. The last word in the sentence is
八
ba.
八
Now, that's a particle.
Yes.
And it just kind of suggests, it gives the element of suggestion to it. Why don't you?
Exactly.
And the verb to sleep is
睡觉睡觉
shui jiao.
Yes.
2 4 tones.
Exactly. 睡觉
Shui jiao.
means to sleep.
Now, don't confuse it with other tones. Shui jiao. Maybe you think of falling to sleep. Fall, 4 tones. Fall
good.
to sleep. Right?
睡觉
Shui jiao.
对啊
All right. Now, she says, 你去.
你去睡觉吧你去 means you go to.
Yes.
You go to bed.
Yeah. 你去 literally means you go. But
yes.
去 means to go.
Yeah.
Right? 你 as in you. So, 你去睡觉吧 meaning go.
Sounds a bit odd, isn't
Yeah.
it? It's talking to a puppy. 你去
Yeah.
睡觉吧
Yeah, I said, well, why don't you go and sleep then? If you're so tired, why don't you go and sleep? But it's slightly softer because the
The ba, yeah,
softens it.
really makes a difference.
If
there.
you said without the ba and you said
你去睡觉
that'd be an order. There you go. Anyway, so he says, well, okay.
好的
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 好的 That's the same 好 third tone.
as
right?
in 好困
好困 is 好的 Very, very, very high frequency, useful way to express agreement.
means okay,
Yeah.
all right.
That's it. 好的
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 And then we heard a kiss.
Yes. Yes.
And then 晚安
One and
晚安
one and now third tone, first tone, right?
Exactly.
One and there
对
you go.
Well, interesting word because 晚 means
Yes.
evening,
That's right.
night, and
Yes.
安 means peace.
Yes.
So night peace.
Night peace is right. So a peaceful evening, quiet evening. One and
晚安
there you go. And that is perfectly normal expression to use one and
Yes.
one and
And I have to say 晚安 means good night.
Yes.
It doesn't mean good evening.
yes.
Greeting is a different expression.
Yes, that's right. So when you're going to bed, you say
晚安
one and
Yep.
all right, now there's a couple of little interesting cultural tidbits we might have to share on this, but why don't we listen to it 3 times and then we'll come back and we'll take a look at them.
好的 Dialogue first time.
好困啊！
你去睡觉吧，
好的，晚安。
晚安。
Second time.
好困啊！
你去睡觉吧，
好的，晚安。
晚安。
Third time.
好困啊！
你去睡觉吧，
好的，晚安。
晚安。
All right, so there you have the husband-wife kind of scenario one. And now, in my experience, actually, Chinese people, family members, don't that often say wan and.
Or any other expression of feelings.
Yeah, maybe. I think the closeness of family.
Familiarity.
Yeah, is.
We assume, people get our intentions and
Yeah.
you don't really need to say to announce 晚安.
Yeah. It'd be slightly formal. I don't know. In my experience, they don't necessarily say it to each other. But anyway, if you're here and you're staying with a Chinese family, you should say one. And it would not be, it would be rude to just get up and walk out. But family members know exactly, you know how you know everything that your family members are doing. You don't necessarily have to announce it. That's a little cultural tidbit amongst Chinese Chinese families as well. The closeness
Yes.
is so close that everybody knows what's going on.
Yeah.
You don't need to announce
No need
it.
for ceremony.
Exactly. So if you haven't been to ChinesePod.com, I do recommend you go there and explore it, because that's how you can sort of consolidate this stuff and you can access the other levels and so on.
And talk to other people and us on
That
the
is
site.
correct.
Well, if you happen to be listening to us before you sleep,
Yes.
then 晚
Time to
安.
say 晚安.
As usual, ChinesePod provides an extensive selection of learning materials for this lesson on its website, www.chinesepod.com. You can access this lesson directly with the lesson number,
1007.
so just go to www.chinesepod.com/1007
1007.
and you will find a transcript, vocabulary, and much more. The link again, www.chinesepod.com/1007.
1007.